Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. It is Friday morning and I've just dropped the big man off at school. And now it's time to make a video. Right. There's two sections to this video. So the first half is going to be what we've done this week. Well, what I've subbed out this week because I haven't worked. And the second part is going to be about poaching, because there's some interesting stuff to talk about. But let's start with our week. Ooh. Monday, Andy P, top guy, he went down to Somerset and Torquay for us. And he actually found himself a job whilst he was down in Torquay to take him to Slough, which meant he could do our site clearance from London on Tuesday, which is fantastic. But also on Monday we had Blackburn to London, and we had Ashbourne to Newcastle with a drop and then a site clearance back to Stockport. That actually turned into not a drop because there was no one there. So he loaded in Ashbourne, loaded in Newcastle, and then brought it back to me in Manchester, and we put it in my container because my customer wasn't actually open. Well, part of the department was open, but the lads I needed weren't open, and we couldn't use the fork truck, and he wasn't going to be back in time anyway. So I met him at the container, we offloaded it and put it in the container. And that was Monday, 3 vans out. Now Tuesday, Wednesday and Thursday were a lot quieter. There's just 1 van every day. Tuesday, as I said, Andy P did a site clearance from London for us. He's a really top guy, and if you do need to use him because he does a really good job, and he follows instructions very well, and he listens, which is great because quite a lot of CX drivers don't listen. No offence to you guys. Wednesday, Wednesday was looking quiet. We had nothing booked until Tuesday night. And Tuesday night I got a phone call off a pal of mine. Basically he runs his own courier firm, and one of his drivers had messed up and they needed help with it. So I said, yeah, of course I can help. I'll get a driver over for you. Well, a driver to me. He came to my house and dropped a bag off at 9:30 at night, and I got it picked up at 10 o'clock at night and delivered up in Scotland before 10 o'clock the next morning. Got it in on a co-load price. Didn't charge him any extra on top because obviously he's a mate of mine, but he did bring us a curry round for me and Leanne. He knows we like a curry, and he dropped off a really nice curry, and that was payment enough, so thank you very much. So yeah, that was Wednesday. Thursday we had another site clearance out of London, which got done obviously yesterday. PAO, I can't remember which way around it is. I always get it wrong. Logistics, based down there. He's done a couple of jobs for us. Really nice guy again, and always does a good job. So yep, that got loaded, got brought down, got offloaded, easy peasy, all done before, I think it was before 12:30. Which brings us on to today, Friday. So Friday, we've got a lad doing Somerset to Stockport, which is a kit collection. So the lads have been on that site for months. Normally a site takes a week, 2 weeks max. This site's been running for like 3-4 months now. And if you remember my short where I said a truck driver couldn't find the site, and it was that massive mast, it was that one. So we got a lad there this morning collecting all the kit and bringing it back to Manchester. We've got another lad doing Somerset and Torquay site clearances. He's already done the Torquay, he's on his way to Somerset. And we've got road haulage services. Really nice guy, met him yesterday. I've done work for him before, he's done work for me before. He came to the container last night, well, yesterday afternoon, loaded, we had a nice chat. Yeah, really nice lad. And we got him loaded, and he's up in Newcastle this morning in his Luton. Unfortunately, the lads aren't there yet, so we're just waiting for someone to arrive. Well, one of the electricians has arrived, but he's waiting on the others because he can't gain access. So yeah, 3 vans out today, 3 vans Monday, 1 Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. It's not fantastically busy, but still, it's been really good. Mainly distance jobs, which are really well paying for me and for the drivers. And I was considering hiring a van and doing most of that work myself this week, but when I actually looked at it after paying for the hire costs and insuring another van, it wasn't worth it. It was the profit I was going to be making off subbing it out would have been equal or more than what I would have made for hiring a van and doing it myself. So therefore there was no point, might as well just sub it out. That's because my van obviously is off the road. It's getting repaired today. It's going in this afternoon to have the CV joint done because it's knocking its head off. Obviously the CV boots come off, all the grease has come out, all the dirt's got in, and yeah, it doesn't sound very good. I have used the van a few times this week just to keep it running, make sure it's not just sat there for over a week stationary, and it is running smoothly. It's just that knocking is doing me head in. So that's getting repaired today, and whilst it's in there, it's going to I use 2 garages, so this is the different garage to who said I needed a turbo, so he's going to make that decision as well, see if he thinks I need a turbo or he thinks it's something else, because obviously it's always good to get a second opinion when you're doing like engine work and turbo work and stuff like that. Yeah, so that's it. So that is the week. The company has made a little bit of profit, not a massive amount obviously, because we subcontracted everything out and I've not done anything myself, and I think I've paid all the lads quite fairly, so I'm happy with the week. And next week, well, this evening I will be loading for next week. So we've got Torquay Monday, we've got Leicester either Monday or Tuesday. It's not been confirmed yet, but it's one of them days, maybe Wednesday, I'm not sure. And then we've got a site clearance from Torquay on Thursday. So we're going quite far down the country a fair few times over the last few weeks, which is always good. And yeah, I'm happy with that. Anyway, right, so part number 2, poaching. Recently one of the lads has experienced some poaching and he told us about it on the WhatsApp group the other day. So what's happened is basically towards the end of 2023 he was subcontracting consistent work to one lad, one guy who was based near him and could do the job and had the right vehicle. And when it's come to 2024, after the Christmas break and everything, and New Year, he's been trying to get hold of the customer again, can't get hold of the customer. He's finally spoke to him now, and basically they've said, yep, the guy that was coming in every day, he offered us a cheaper rate, we've took it, so we're using him. And he's confronted the guy and he thinks he's done absolutely nothing wrong. No, that is not the case. That is 100% poaching. If you're working for someone else, they're subbing work directly to you, and then you go to their customer and go, I can do it cheaper for you, that is poaching, and that should not be allowed. According to the platform, their rules and regulations say that if you are directly poaching somebody, then your account gets revoked. In this case, they've decided just to send a warning email, which I think is not good enough, and yeah, it's plain and simple, it's just not good enough. So there's nothing he can do. He's going to lose thousands of pounds. All he can do is spread the word and let people, like, make sure that people don't use that guy again. I can't say who it is because that goes against the platform's terms and conditions, and then I'll get revoked. So I'm not doing that. But yeah, basically there's nothing he can do. So someone's poached his customer and they're just going to get away with it with a warning email, which did prompt Wifey into looking into the terms and conditions a bit more for the platform, and she noticed something that had recently been changed in the last 2 months. So now, prior to this video, I've made videos before and I've explained about poaching before, and previously the terms and conditions stated that you had to wait 2 years after doing a job as a subcontractor to be able to approach that customer. Basically, you have to wait a minimum of 2 years. That has now changed, and they've changed it so you have to wait 6 months. 6 months. So that is a big change. So after 6 months of doing a job for someone, you can approach their customer, and that's now fair game according to the platform. But if you read further down, they expect you to, if the customer approaches you, you've got to deny that and say, nope, I can't do that job for you. You must go to so-and-so, blah, 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 because I can't touch you for 2 years. So that's still in place. So they're claiming you can approach somebody after 6 months, but they can't approach you. And they can approach you, obviously, but you've got to turn them away for 2 years, which is a bit ridiculous. But personally, I think they've updated part of it and missed the second part, and they've not updated it, and that will also be down to 6 months. But it also led on to another discussion, which I want to have that discussion with you guys and see what you think. Do you think it's fair on customers out there that if they approach a courier company, they might not even know you've been in their premises before? But if they approach you, is it fair that you turn them down and say, no, you need to use who you're trying to get rid of? Because obviously you're trying to get rid of them for a reason, whether it's price or it's like just how they do things, or like you've had a load of rubbish drivers come in and you want a different courier company to send drivers in. Like, is it fair that you should have to turn that work away after someone's approached you? That doesn't really make any sense. I understand poaching is you're going out there, you're looking for, well, you're aiming for somebody else's customer and you're trying to steal them. That is poaching. But if somebody else's customer approaches you, and it just happens that in the last 6 months or 2 years, you've been on that premises and doing a job on behalf of someone else, should you then have to turn that down? And I was like, yeah, of course, because that's the terms and conditions. Yeah, that's what you need to do. But then I think that's wrong. I don't think that's right. 2 seconds, I need to take a phone call. Well, that was an interesting call. Turns out I messed up something. Yeah, I'm not afraid to say it. So the site clearance from London that was yesterday should have been today, and there might be some kit left over which I might have to go and send someone to pick up for no bueno money. So it might be a bit of a rubbish one, but that's my fault. I've somehow got the 18th and 19th mixed up. It happens. Oh, anyway, what were we talking about? Do you think it's fair that if people approach you, you should turn them away if you don't work for them on behalf of somebody else? I honestly, my opinion at first was, yeah, you should, because that's what the terms and conditions say. But after a bit of back and forth between me and Leanne, I feel like that is just a stupid way to run business, and that is like no other business would run that way. If someone's approaching you for work, you take it. It's plain and simple. Like, you can't run a business and keep turning people down because you might have been in there 6, 7, 8 months ago or 18 months ago. But that just doesn't seem right to me. What is your opinion on that? What do you lads think? What do you girls think? Anybody that's watching, what is your opinion? I just think, now thinking about it, it just seems like a stupid thing. Leanne gave me a few examples, but I'm not very good at telling them. So I think, personally, I think it's a stupid rule, and I don't understand how or why they try and enforce it. But like I said, give me your opinions in the comments. Thank you for watching me jabber on for however long, and I will speak to you all again soon. Like and subscribe. Bye bye.
I'm just gonna